Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player. Good afternoon. Ira Epstein of Lynn & Associates with your agriculture update for the afternoon of Thursday, the 23rd of March, 2017. We're about 1:40 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we've got our settlement prices in on most of the ag products. You can see we were lower right through here. We did see a friendly report on exports in cotton today, but it didn't really carry the market very far, and that's been a problem for those markets. We have an overhang, and I'm sure you're aware of it, with what is going to happen with the health care bill that is supposed to be voted on. As of right now at 1:40, with senators leaving the White House, many say that the vote should not go forward tonight. Others from the White House are saying it's going to go forward tonight. The art of the deal. I don't know what they're going to do. I can't imagine that President Trump is going to call for a vote if he doesn't have this thing really in hand. To just see how it's going to play out, well, then he can say goodbye to tax reform quickly and some of the others. Plus his political currency, stature in the world could all be damaged. I mean, this is the first, if you will, real deal with Congress other than an executive order. And while we know he's got a split house and anything that happens that the Democrats can stop, they will, but his own party, that's a little different story, and he's got to get them on board so he can get this through if he wants to vote tonight. That's overhanging the market, and it's overhanging the stock market in a big way, currencies and so on. As we look at the soybean market, you can see that you were down 9 today, back to 991. You haven't taken out that 983 area of a low close yet, but on the weekly charts, you know, we haven't just taken out last week's low, but it's still not pretty. You can see how you've gone just on a closing basis. That's just only closing prices. And after that one rally that we had at the end of February, this market has just cratered and gone down now, what, about 60 cents or so. You can see how that looks on the chart here, this action, and I'll take off today's action. The market was trying to figure out, can it get a rally out of here? It started failing a bit yesterday, but not big, and today it just let loose. So that's what you call a failure on the chart. You'd have to get back up and over 1010 now to scare the shorts in the marketplace, and actually the number's 1008 3/4. So you have a higher high, you got lower lows, you don't have a trend. You're under the 18-day average of closes, so where might support be in the market? Lower Bollinger Band? Could be 13 cents lower, 978.5. You have that embedded reading. There is nothing bullish on this chart. This chart is still quite sick. When you go to the meal, it's the same thing. You have your embedded reading, lower highs, lower lows, riding the lower Bollinger Band. You're not riding that band yet in soybeans, but this riding, that's just a super bearish signal. And today in the soybean oil, you tried to hold a rally, staying over the 18-day average. You couldn't do it. By day's end, you closed right back under it. So while you're getting, if you will, the bounce here, the unwinding of spreads, you're not getting any real bull action coming into that market. In the corn market, we still have a marketplace here that is falling down. It's actually under the chart at 356 3/4, down on the day another two, just doesn't bounce at all. Same in the wheat market, looking sick, trying to get to the lower Bollinger Band with an embedded reading. All embedded readings, when they occur, they're very either bullish or bearish. When they're under 20, they're bearish, and that's what you've got. Now, as we take a look at the sugar market, you had a late day bounce. It went to the 3-day average of highs, seems to have stopped right at that number. Could get a little more here, but with this embedded reading, should you take out today's lows, which were 17.15, I could make a strong argument that you go back to the lower Bollinger Band. There's nothing bullish on that chart. Nothing bullish in coffee, which is now gone from the higher Bollinger Band 3 days ago, just missing the lower band and back under the 18-day average for the second day. Again, not a trending market. Now the cocoa market, this pattern is one where the market is, if you take a look, both numbers are over 80 today. Both numbers were over 80 yesterday, and the day before they weren't. So the key is going to be tomorrow's action. If it embeds, the trade will start buying. What are the odds of embedding? Small. Therefore, what happens is expect a sell day tomorrow, and we'll see where that carries the market. In the cotton market, you still have a pattern of lower highs, lower lows. Battleground, 18-day average of closes, can't seem to get up and through it. In the cattle market, you finished off today at 112.80, which is just under the upper Bollinger Band. So you're riding that band with the embedded bullish reading. That's the importance of understanding these embedded readings, and that's still very strong. Same in the feeder cattle. When the red line closes under 80, it's typically a sign that the bull move is ended. It's not always that way. You can have one day where you get it to lose it and it can regain it the very next day. That happened in corn just recently. And in the hog market, look at this dramatic turnaround. I mean, that's a big range in the hog market. You got a 360-point range. That's a big range, and the market managed to close over the 18-day average. So, again, what are the odds of staying under a Bollinger Band? So when the market's down there, and I realize I used to be one of these guys, oh, this market's going to fall apart, blah, blah, blah. I wish I knew what I was telling you 20 years ago. The odds favor that you're shorting, that you cover short areas, not add-on. First challenge under the 100-day average as well. Not a high probability to stay short with. You know, I talk about all this and I give you my ideas, but in the mornings, this is what my morning video looks like. It's black screens, by the way. I'm not in the video. I'm talking with my headset and walking you through 40 charts with trade ideas every morning. I try to get it posted. I record at 8:30. I hope to get it posted between 8:45 and 9 o'clock, 9 at the very latest, unless there's some glitch I'm having somewhere. I back up in writing from the night before, by the way, where my trade recs come in red and green and so on, and I go through those in that. But in addition, I throw out a lot of day trade ideas in the marketplace. I'll even throw out some spread ideas if I see them, option ideas. How do you get access to it? Well, it's really simple. If you haven't tried it before, because it's a free 20-day trial, just call us, 866-973-2077. Go to my website, www.iraepstein.com. You can click right on up here. By the way, if you're watching me on YouTube videos, you'll see the icon there. Click on it, and what will happen is the form will appear there. And on some websites underneath us right here, it says click here and a form will appear. But you're going to get access to that research, my written updates, my morning, and that's why I have coffee cup here, my morning coffee where you sit down with me and I'm going to walk you through all the charts, 40 of them, and you can skip in the videos where you want. It's really simple to do it. The quality's high definition. You're going to like what you see there, I hope. And of course, my oral updates should you want those. Take the package. It's a $60 value every 20 days, and I want to give it to you free if you haven't tried it before. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Take care now.